Well, turning now to our brand new exclusive NewsNation and Decision Desk HQ poll. The full report will be released tomorrow morning, by the way, on Morning in America right here on NewsNation. But we do have a preview for you right now. Our poll finds more voters have unfavorable views than favorable views of every single GOP candidate. Scott Tranter is the data science director at Decision Desk HQ. He joins us now. Scott, thanks for being here. Lots to dig into. There's that nugget there about every single Republican candidate. But I wonder on Donald Trump, because he clearly has the stranglehold right now of this Republican primary, right? Every single poll shows it, and it showed it for a while. But when you look at unfavorable ratings in this poll, among independents, 67% have an unfavorable view of the former president. 66. Looking toward the general, how does he win a general election race with that number on the screen right there?
It's tough. 66% of basically the swing voters, that's not a good place to start with, especially in the state you're in now, Michigan. President Biden won it by 150,000 votes. State right over Wisconsin. President Biden won it by 20,000. State over from that, Pennsylvania won it by 50,000. Those are slim margins, and Donald Trump is going to need to win those independents and move that 66% number much closer to 50 or below 50 if he's going to have a chance. The other way you could do it, and he did it between 2016 and 2020, he's got to find new voters, and that's probably another reason why he's out in Michigan right now talking to some of these union voters who maybe 20, 30 years ago would have been a solid Democrat vote. Maybe he can flip some of those there.
Yeah, so is Michigan in play? I guess that's the question, right? Because we saw President Biden here yesterday alongside union workers. He came, or at least he announced that he was coming, after Donald Trump said, I'm going to be in Michigan on Wednesday. See you there. Is this state actually in play right now, do you think?
Certainly more in play than it was in 2020. Again, the margin was 150,000 votes, roughly less than 3%. We've seen the polling of Donald Trump in white working class voters, which Michigan has a lot of. He's not going into a room where he's going to get booed tonight. These are potentially new voters, and there's still 20 to 30% of the eligible voters in Michigan who did not show up in 2020, 2016, and we know Donald Trump has the ability to get some of these people who usually sit on the sidelines actually come out and vote. So I'd say it's in play today, certainly more than it was in 2020.
Then, of course, there's the other side of the aisle, right? President Biden, and here's his numbers according to the Decision Desk HQ poll. A 43% approval rating, 57% disapprove of the current president's job performance. The number, again, not great with independents. What do you make of what we're seeing with President Biden's numbers right now?
It's going to sound similar to what I said about, former President Trump. You don't want to be down 66% in independents. And if you're President Biden, you don't want to be upside down in your approval rating on your jobs, especially going into an election year when people are questioning whether or not you can make it through the campaign, especially given that, 2024 is different than 2020. You're going to have to be out there every day. And, the economy isn't what it, there's problems with the economy, problems all over the place. He's going to have a vigorous campaign. He's going to have to flip that number if he's going to be competitive.
Scott Tranter, looking forward to those new numbers tomorrow on Morning in America here on NewsNation. Thank you, sir.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.